Sanada Masayuki was an extraordinary strategist who twice forced Tokugawa Ieyasu to his knees. How did the small Sanada clan manage to defy such a powerful hegemon? In 1585, at the First Battle of Ueda, a few thousand Sanada troops annihilated a Tokugawa army numbering tens of thousands. Yet this was no accident. Hidden within this was an astonishing stratagem meticulously planned by Masayuki. What was the terrifying truth behind it? Why was Masayuki able to outmaneuver the ruler of Japan? What were his unique strategies? And what lessons did he leave for his descendants? Now, let's delve into the true reasons Sanada Masayuki outsmarted Tokugawa Ieyasu. In this main feature, we will also explore Masayuki's character and his family bonds in detail. In the late Sengoku period, the Sanada clan, a minor power in Shinano, lost its formidable patron, Takeda Shingen, and faced a crisis of survival. In this desperate situation, Sanada Masayuki achieved independence from the Takeda clan and demonstrated remarkable diplomatic skill. He defended his family amid powerful forces like Oda, Tokugawa, and Hojo. His initial choice was Oda Nobunaga, who was on the cusp of unifying Japan. After Nobunaga's death, he approached Tokugawa Ieyasu and swore allegiance. Masayuki's diplomatic policy was consistently one of ruthless realism. Temporarily follow the strongest power to ensure the family's survival. As the conflict between Tokugawa and Hojo over Shinano deepened, Masayuki skillfully navigated between the two, expanding the Sanada clan's territory. However, when Tokugawa Ieyasu attempted to cede Sanada lands to the Hojo clan, Masayuki was enraged. Declaring this as an act of betrayal, he resolved to break ties with Tokugawa. This decision triggered the First Battle of Ueda. It was an unprecedented situation. A minor Sanada clan challenging the Tokugawa, who sought to rule Japan. To repel the massive Tokugawa army with his meager forces, Masayuki devised a stratagem maximizing the renovations of Ueda Castle and its strategic topographical advantages. Ueda Castle was protected by the natural fortress of the Kana River. Masayuki further constructed layers of moats, fences, and hidden fortresses around it, creating an impregnable defense network. Then, as the massive Tokugawa army advanced, Masayuki sallied forth with a small contingent, provoking them and luring the Tokugawa forces into the castle town. When the Tokugawa army began a deep pursuit, the Sanada forces retreated rapidly into the castle. But this was a clever, feigned retreat, orchestrated by Masayuki. The pursuing Tokugawa forces were drawn into the Kana River flowing through the castle town, and as they crossed the swollen river, they were fiercely attacked by hidden Sanada ambushes. Furthermore, a volley of arrows and firearms rained down from inside the castle. The Tokugawa army fell into chaos, suffered thousands of casualties, and was forced to withdraw. Ieyasu was utterly humiliated by this minor clan strategist, suffering a crushing defeat. Masayuki's strategy was a psychological battle, turning the Tokugawa army's pride against them. Victory at the First Battle of Ueda solidified the Sanada clan's renown across Japan. However, the country was now being unified by Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Masayuki once again displayed masterful diplomacy, pledging allegiance to Hideyoshi. This secured the Sanada clan's position, and Masayuki established himself as a daimyo. After Hideyoshi's death, Japan plunged into chaos once more. Tokugawa Ieyasu rose to power, and the Battle of Sekigahara was on the verge of erupting against Ishida Mitsunari. Amidst this east-west conflict, the Sanada clan faced the ultimate choice: ally with Ieyasu or Mitsunari. Masayuki's answer was astonishing. It was an unprecedented decision. Father Masayuki and his second son Nobushige, Yukimura, would side with Ishida Mitsunari's Western army, while his eldest son Nobuyuki would join Tokugawa Ieyasu's Eastern army. This was Masayuki's carefully considered dual allegiance strategy, ensuring the Sanada clan's survival regardless of the victor. Truly the epitome of survival strategy. Masayuki and Nobushige once again holed up in Ueda Castle. Ieyasu attacked Ueda Castle on his way to Sekigahara, which would become his second nightmare. In the Second Battle of Ueda, Masayuki again used every cunning stratagem, from leveraging the Kana River's floods to spreading false intelligence, to confound the Tokugawa army. Once more, the Tokugawa army wasted time and expended significant forces. Their arrival at Sekigahara was severely delayed. Masayuki's delaying tactics profoundly impacted the Battle of Sekigahara. A portion of the Eastern Army's main force was pinned down at Ueda Castle. Ultimately, the Eastern Army led by Ieyasu won the Battle of Sekigahara, but if Masayuki had not held back the Tokugawa forces at Ueda, the war situation would have been even more favorable. Held responsible for the defeat, Masayuki and Nobushige prepared for execution, but due to fervent pleas for their lives from Nobuyuki, who was in the Eastern Army, they were sentenced to exile on Mount Koya. Even during his confinement on Mount Koya, Masayuki never gave up. There, he continued to teach Nobushige, Yukimura, the way of the samurai. Masayuki's teachings forged Nobushige, Yukimura, into the renowned general later called Japan's greatest warrior. His influence would trouble Ieyasu again at the siege of Osaka. Masayuki's life truly embodied the saying, "The small can conquer the great," and his intellect and courage were rarely seen in Sengoku history. He was not merely strong. He possessed the ability to read the currents of his era and look to the future. That was likely the greatest reason he continued to outmaneuver Ieyasu. So, specifically, what strategies did Sanada Masayuki employ to repeatedly outmaneuver Tokugawa Ieyasu? Firstly, the reason was thorough siege warfare leveraging topographical advantages. Ueda Castle, with its natural defenses and clever fortifications, was impenetrable. Secondly, feigned retreats and luring tactics that read the enemy's psychology. He was a genius at exploiting the arrogance of larger armies and drawing foes into traps. Thirdly, diverse intelligence warfare and diplomatic strategies. He discerned the prevailing conditions, at times deceiving enemies, at times winning allies, to ensure his family's survival. These three reasons constituted the true power that allowed Sanada Masayuki to twice outmaneuver Tokugawa Ieyasu, the ruler of Japan, and carve his name into history. He continued to fight, even in the most unfavorable situations, with wisdom, courage, and a deep love for his family. So, what lessons did Masayuki leave for his descendants? The greatest lessons Masayuki left his descendants were unyielding tenacity no matter the circumstances and flexible thinking for survival. These embody the philosophy of a small nation standing against overwhelming power, universal lessons that resonate even with us living in modern society. Sanada Masayuki's life conveys a message of hope. With wisdom and courage, one can confront any formidable foe. His story perhaps reveals a profound truth of history, that power and scale alone do not determine victory or defeat.